9:16 now, where Public Health's Janela Carrera is sitting by. Good morning, Janela.
Hi, good morning. Your mic is kind of low, so I can't really hear you.
Okay, how about now?
A little bit better.
Right on. Okay, I guess we'll just start with the weekend activity with the Department of Public Health. I know you guys had an outreach testing on Saturday, right?
Yes, we did all week last week
Right.
and Saturday. Yes.
Yeah.
How was the turnout all? I guess it's all week.
Right. Right. So, yeah, we had testing Monday through Friday. The turnout was actually pretty low throughout the week and Saturday as well. And we were prepared to offer testing up to 200 tests at each location Monday through Friday, and then up to 300 on Saturday. And we just didn't see that turnout at any of our locations. And so, there could be a number of factors that contributed to that. It could be location. It could be, just the fact that it's the holidays and, people are busy shopping. Some of the things that we've also heard were that people were just scared to get tested and possibly turn out positive and not wanting to, isolate or quarantine during the holiday season. So we're evaluating right now, now that, we've finished testing that first week, and we're looking at the possibility of sort of changing our strategy, maybe looking at different locations now, maybe changing up the frequency at which we do this, and also maybe looking at something that's a little bit more convenient, maybe not 3 locations, maybe possibly scaling it down to maybe 2 or even just 1 location now.
What about time? Are you looking at changing the times?
Yeah, that's you're right. That's another thing we're also looking at, is maybe changing the time that we offer this as
Right.
well.
Like an after hours, dark.
So yeah, we're maybe not dark, but we want to make it more convenient for people to avail of this testing. Something that's more convenient to the people, and also maybe change up things a little bit. Maybe, drive-through has always been sort of the go-to way to get tested, but maybe look at other avenues of getting tested, maybe pods, or we've done walk-up testing as well, so maybe a walk-up type, mixing it with drive-through as well. So we're looking at different ways to strategize testing and offering it.
So in the meantime, Janela, because I just got a call this morning from a guy who was wondering where was the outreach testing for today. In the meantime, where and when can people go get tested for COVID-19?
So today, you need to get tested. There's always the Northern Region Health Center. You can get tested if you contact your physician. They can point you to our Tier 2 clinics. There's always a Tier 2 clinics. And then, of course, contact public health as well, and you can get tested there. So there's still available testing. It's just we don't have the community testing today, but we do still plan to offer it hopefully this week, once we figure out where we're going to offer it this week, whether it's it's going to be at 3 different locations, maybe 2 different locations, but we'll make that announcement once we determined and confirmed and secured those locations and the date.
Are you looking at possibly the malls or shopping centers, since people are going shopping?
That's right. That's one of the things we're eyeing, possibly maybe a shopping center, maybe a building, maybe something more centralized. So those are some things we have discussed.
Interesting. All right, 5% off your shopping if you take a COVID test.
Exactly.
And incentivize it,
Yep.
Right.
What about you say? So there's 30,000 tests. Have you, as public health, looking at distributing them out to, like, say, DOC? I know they're asking for test kits, or the anywhere else actually.
I'm sorry, could you repeat, distributing them where?
To like your GovGuam partners that could use these rapid tests, like at DOC.
Oh, yes, yes. That's also another thing we have discussed as well, is partnering with the GovGuam agencies, our business partners as well, the private organizations. That's another thing we've discussed because we have a lot of tests at our disposal. So, sorry, my son is cooking, so you can hear him. So, we are discussing that as well. We want to offer it, we want to cast a wide net as possible. Not just, of course, there's the public masses, but we want to reach as many sectors of the community. Sorry, TJ, can you stop for a second? We want to reach as many sectors of the community as possible. So nonprofit organizations, the business community, the private sector, set up testing that way as well. So those are also things we've been discussing. And now my son's also doing school in the background, so you can hear him too.
It's okay.
It's a busy household I have here.
Well, that's life.
A mother's work is never done.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you want to get them out to the GovGuam partner agencies,
Yes,
maybe some of
definitely.
the clinics.
GovGuam agencies. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Is there any updates on the construction clusters, investigations, approvals?
So the latest we have on the construction clusters was from Saturday, and I'm just going to pull up the numbers to see if we had any positive cases from that. I don't have any right now. I'm not showing. I don't think we tested from Saturday. I'm not showing any numbers from there, so it might have been from Friday. I'm trying to see if we had any. The last we had was the 5 DOC cases for that particular cluster. And I don't see any cases from any of the construction clusters. So it's possible that we either didn't test or there just wasn't any positive cases that turned up from the construction clusters. So yeah, I don't see any positive cases from the construction clusters. For the most part, the Black construction and core tech is pretty contained. We did see some positive cases out of the Pacific Rim construction company. We had the 17 positive cases, but we quickly contained that and isolated the positive cases. And I think we were pretty successful in that. And I don't believe we reported any other positive cases from the Pacific Rim construction, but I'll have to follow up on that. When I was looking at the report, the case data, I didn't see any additional positive cases from the Pacific Rim construction company.
Vaccine, any update on when we're getting this vaccine shipped to Guam, or even how many vaccines and which one?
So for the antigen test, we received over 30,000. That's the one that we use for the community mass testing. But as I understand, we are supposed to be receiving another 20,000. So, 50,000 that we have available, which is why we really want to engage the community in more community testing, and not just the public at large, but even in particular groups, as I mentioned, GovGuam agencies, business partners, private establishments. And then on top of that, we still are looking at doing active case finding with rapid engagement. So that's another thing that we're still looking at. And then, of course, with the vaccines, That's another thing we're also focusing on. We're meeting and discussing that as well, and looking at logistics, how we're going to set up closed pods. So we're very busy just doing a lot of planning to engage the community, not just with testing, but also with the distribution of vaccines and getting the community immunized once we have all the vaccines in, especially after we do the initial dose for the first responders, the healthcare community, the high risk groups. So, and then also on top of that, getting the word out to the community and educating them about the vaccines as well. We want to ensure that they get informed and educated about the vaccines. Any type of rumors that may be circulating, get them on board, and because I know that there may be some hesitation as far as the vaccine, and so just get that trust within the community as well to get them vaccinated.
Right. Yeah, Janela, we saw. I think Bree was telling me about it, where all the living. The last. How many presidents, Bree?
It's Obama, Bush, and Clinton.
Right. Obama, Bush, and Clinton have come out. I think it was a video or something.
It was a picture.
A
on
picture.
social media.
Okay.
So-
Basically saying that, yeah, we're in. We're going to take the vaccine. Are you guys? Because you're anticipating some trepidation from people about taking the vaccine for whatever reason, are you guys looking at rolling out any type of campaign to encourage people to take?
Yeah,
the
that's
vaccine?
definitely something. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that is something that we are also looking into, is using some trusted voices in the community to take the vaccine, and also help spread the word and encourage people to also take the vaccine as well. But in general, here in Guam, especially, at least from my personal experience, I've seen that, based on my observations, I haven't seen that kind of hesitation yet. Maybe it'll come down the road, but generally the interest is pretty high for the vaccine. Maybe we won't see it till later down the road that people may express that type of hesitation. I know some other countries or some other jurisdictions have done some surveys, and generally the interest is there. They want the vaccine. So those that are against it or oppose it are perhaps few and far between. But nonetheless, that type of vocalization can be powerful. So we still have to put that education out there to get people on board. So we do plan to release a campaign to encourage people to use it and use key leaders and key trusted voices in our community.
I'm sorry. When is the vaccine expected to arrive to Guam, and how many?
So we are anticipating end of December, and what we're hearing, and of course this may change, what we're expecting is 7,800, which based on our understanding, it's going to come in the form of 2 shipments of 3,900 each. So the first arrival will be 3,900, and then thereafter, or after that, would be 3,900. So 7,800 is the first allocation, because it would be a separation. So it would be the first dose and then the second dose. So about 7,800 is the first allocation, and that would be toward the end of December.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be the Pfizer vaccine.
I know that when you spoke with Peter, you were mentioning that Guam had the freezers that are needed for the Pfizer vaccine. Are they working?
I believe so. we are fully expecting that we would be able to store them with the freezers that we have. So we have the 3 freezers, and so we have the parts. We just need to make sure, and I believe we're already working on that, is that the parts that were needed, we have them. We just need to make sure that they're running. So we have the ability to store the vaccines once they arrive. And we did also put in an order for more freezers as well. And then also we are working with a vendor. There's a local vendor. I think there's only one local vendor on island that has dry ice capability. So in terms of storage and capacity, we're pretty secure on that. We're confident in our ability to be able to store the vaccines on island.
Any?
I wanted to-
Oh, go ahead.
I was reading through the CDC, the playbook, right, for the vaccination program, and there was reference to the COVID-19 vaccination program implementation committee. Who is on the committee for Guam?
So the committee right now hasn't been formed, and the makeup of it also hasn't been formed. But generally, the makeup would be, or who would be in that committee hasn't been completely identified. But generally, it'll be made up of individuals from the healthcare community. Now, who in the healthcare community, that's still being discussed. Individuals from healthcare licensing boards, so like the Guam Board of Medical Examiners, healthcare licensing boards, different boards within the healthcare community, officials from Guam Public Health, Guam, DPHSS, officials from GovGuam. So like, for example, within the healthcare community, different types of physicians, whether that would be, an internal medicine physician, a family practitioner, for example, a surgeon, that's all still being discussed. What types of members within the healthcare community? So, and how many members within the healthcare community? That's all still being determined. I believe that a particular number has already been provided, but that's all still subject to change based on recommendations from the CDC.
Or is there, would you have to have this committee in place before the vaccine's going to be distributed? And I'm just asking that because it's December 7th and you said the end of the month.
I believe so. The committee would, be, I'm not sure if they'd be making the decisions, but I believe it would be helpful to have this committee in place just to ensure that, decisions are being thoroughly made. They would be able to, review plans and, make recommendations as well.
Janela, do you know if anybody at all has been issued a penalty or fine for violating any of the COVID-19 executive order protocols?
Good question. I got to find out if GPD has been able to. I got to get in touch with Sergeant Paul Tapal and find out if any fines or citations have been issued. I know for public health side, we haven't yet. As far as complaints, I'll find out if we've received any complaints. I'm not sure yet. I haven't been in touch with our environmental health officers. But on the GPD side, I'd have to find out, or maybe we can, contact Sergeant Paul Tapal and find out if they've issued any citations.
Right.
But I know we haven't issued citations yet. But as far as complaints, I got to find out, and I can get back to you on that.
All right. Well, thanks, Janela.
Sure,
we
no
wa-
problem. Thank you guys. Appreciate the
Janela,
time.
we're kind of disappointed that we don't see any Christmas decorations up at your place.
Oh, what? Let me show you my Christmas tree.
Okay.
We're being
Okay.
blocked.
Okay. Yeah.
There's my tree.
I don't know if you know, but we're doing
Oh,
this
nice.
contest. Wow.
Yeah, there's my tree.
It's nice.
There you go.
Oh, dang.
There you go.
Wow.
I'm in Christmas Village.
Oh, wow.
I
There's
stand
an
corrected.
Wow.
That's going to be the perfect backdrop when we do the link the Christmas musical.
Yeah.
So we're hoping that you could sing your report to us.
Oh, yeah, she can sing.
Yeah, I know, she can sing.
Yeah.
The latest
right.
numbers.
Maybe next time you zoom in from home, Janela, that could be your background. And on that note, we're also doing a partnering up with Island-Wide Beautification Task Force, Bree.
Yes, Island-wide Beautification Task Force. We have this this ongoing promo that we have on our social media. It's a Making Spirits Bright GU. That's the hashtag. So the Island-wide Beautification Task Force, they're offering cash prizes to the most, I guess, beautiful outdoor lighting displays. So we'll be posting more information on that today on social media. But you need to step up your game and you can win some money. Show your Christmas spirit. It's as easy as that.
It is so easy, yeah. I know Janela's like, I can't win that if people would talk. Thank you, Janela. Appreciate your time this morning.
All right.
Okay,
Thanks,
All right.
guys.
Merry
Have
Christmas.
a good day.
We'll see you.
Stay safe.
Bye. 9:38. We'll take a quick break, and we're coming back with our friend Cass Nakamura, who's recovered from COVID-19, and he's got a very powerful story that we're going to share with you guys. Coming up next, right here on the link, it's the Breeze 93.9.